Hello, my friends. I am thrilled to be here with my daughter, Cate Kotter. That rhymes. She's the CEO of Kindred Hound. And we're here today to introduce you to the incredible story of Cate and how she wants to impact the world for Christ, one dog bandana at a time. Cate, welcome to the show.
Thanks. I'm really excited to be here today.
Cate, tell me what is behind Kindred Hound.
Yeah. Well, it's funny you should ask because most dog bandana companies out there are focused on the dog bandana itself, how cute it is, and how it would look great, how great it would look on the dog, the aesthetic. Which is okay because, like, we're grateful for those great designers out there that
Sure.
make products, but what is unique about us is that our focus is geared more towards the deep bond between the woman and the dog, and not necessarily the dog bandana itself. This is the only relationship where the woman's not feeling pressure to perform or like impress someone, as she usually is. And think about how loyal, connected, and faithful a dog is to their owner. I
Yeah.
know this firsthand because of my own relationship with my dog Maggie, who's a sweet Australian Shepherd mix. She's my best friend and by my side always, unless my mom walks into a room. Then she goes out to hang out with her because she's obsessed with her.
Man, that is so true. Well, that's great, Cate, and it's very impactful to hear. What are you hoping to accomplish in our time today?
Well, my hope is to introduce the company to the mission uh, and get feedback on our dog bandanas so that we can give our customers the best experience possible.
Sounds awesome. So, why don't you start off by telling us about the purpose behind Kindred Hound?
Yeah, of course. So our core purpose is to make the invisible dog, invisible bond between humans and their dog visible, which is what we're mainly focusing on in this business, and celebrated in everyday life.
It's pretty impactful and it's powerful. And so, can you just unpack that a little bit more for us?
Yeah, of course. I've got some facts here about the relationship between dogs and women. And something that benefits the woman from the relationship between the dog and her is stress reduction because
Oh,
petting a dog lowers cortisol, the stress hormone that gives you anxiety and things like that. But it's oxytocin, improving mood and kind of making them more calm and in the present. And communication styles is something that benefits the dog from the woman. Is the woman's gentler tone and expressive body language is
mm,
reassuring to the dog, fostering a sense of safety and closeness for them.
it's pretty awesome. And it sounds like you've really honed in again, not necessarily on the dog bandana per se, but elevating that special bond between the woman and their dog. Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
And I know the relationship between the dog and the woman is huge, but you still have a product and a pretty good one from what I
Yeah.
understand as well. So why don't you tell us about that?
Yeah, of course. So our product, what we're going for is dog bandanas that are higher quality with thoughtful design and kind of object quiet symbolism or more humble and down to earth than other businesses.
Okay. Sounds like a good product. And I'm going to press in a little bit more on this idea of quality. So walk me through that.
Yeah, of course. When we say our dog bandanas are high quality, you probably will question why. So I'll tell you. Our dog bandanas are made entirely of cotton. This is different from most bandana companies, which mainly use polyester, flannel, or bamboo fabric. And the reason why most brand chooses is because of the lower prices, which makes sense if you think about it, obviously. But it isn't necessarily best for the dog's benefit. And to the left here, I've made a chart that shows why cotton is better than those other materials if you want to take a look at that.
I like that a lot. There's been a lot of thought that has gone into that as well. Every single business that I've ever seen come through here has a problem to solve. What is yours?
Yeah. So the problem we're trying to solve is partnering with IJM, the International Justice Mission, and they're an organization that works in the sex trafficking industry, if you
Mm,
don't know who they are already. And we're also trying to introduce a woman to Jesus, one dog bandana at a time.
That's a great initiative for people to get behind. And why is this such a big deal for you personally? You've said you might have more information about the IGM, but would you mind sharing this with me?
Yeah, of course. So I wanted to introduce Jesus to women and things like that because he's been such a big part of my life.
Hmm,
And he's been like my best friend and always by my side when other people have kind of left me. But
hmm.
he's kind of given me a purpose for life. And even in the hard times and times when it seemed like there was no point, but he really has helped me a lot through those times.
It's pretty powerful stuff, and he is worthy of that for sure. Tell us some of the facts, because it'd be helpful to know a little bit more, as hard as it is to hear about sex trafficking.
Yeah, of course. So, facts about IJM, the International Justice Mission, which is a big part of our business because we're giving 10% of our proceeds to them. But I'll tell you some facts about sex trafficking so you can know more about it. So, the International Labor Organization says that there are approximately 4.8 million people trapped and forced in sexual exploitation globally. And of those, the vast majority is roughly 99% of the victims are women and girls. And this is not an issue that we simply overlook, but it's one of the largest human crises of the era.
Hmm. That's pretty hard to hear, and it's important to hear for us as well, and why it's so important to what you're doing as well as women at large. What do you think the audience should know as well about the spiritual hunger of women that you're trying to serve?
Yeah. So, facts about women's spiritual openness and hunger. So, despite declining church attendance, 84% American women say that they believe in a God or a higher power.
Huh.
72% say that they pray at least occasionally. And women without Jesus aren't necessarily hostile to faith, but many are searching, wounded, or just never simply truly encountered it.
Hmm. It's pretty encouraging to hear. I didn't really know that, and that there was such a spiritual thirst out there amongst women. And it sounds like a ripe mission field. So, Cate, how do these all come together? Because this is a tricky thing. You've got the bandanas, obviously the women and their bond that they have, the IJM, and then introducing people to Jesus. So, how do we deal with this? What do you think?
Well, I guess that's why we're doing the podcast
Sure.
today, but
Sure.
we really want to get feedback from our most trusted customers who are believers. And at the end of this, we're going to go through some questions looking for specific feedback on how we could best pull this off. But I'm excited to hear about all those ideas from those amazing women.
That's pretty wonderful, Cate. It's awesome, and I'm thankful for you sharing your passion, your desire to have such an impact. And what we're going to do now in this next segment, and what I mean by that is that we're going to send out along with this video clear instructions that we need some feedback from you. We want to know, um, with each question we go through, to get a survey of what are some ways we can take this goal and we can refine it into a better strategy, and how to best combine these three things. That's kind of the main thing. So we're going to talk about the how do we combine the IJM, the dog bandana with women, and then obviously introducing them to Jesus. What would be the most impactful way, productive way, um, expansive way that we could go ahead and do this? So we're just going to love to hear ideas and thoughts from you, the women that we're talking to, who we really look to as our confidants, and the people that we are customers as well. And just what are your thoughts along this? And then we're also going to want to talk about some pricing, how we're going to price this, what's the best price point for us to do, just so we can hone that in, get that nice and tight. And then what we're going to do is we're going to finally then launch and do a big launch campaign from there. And obviously, we're going to look to you to help us get the word out, so we can obviously introduce more people to Jesus. So, again, some of these questions are going to be around those things that we talked about, the mission itself, your own thoughts, if this is something you would be engaged in. So, we are just excited and thrilled to get the feedback from you. Because, again, as you heard Kay talk about, we're going to have some impact on the women who are stuck in sex trafficking. That's a huge issue, and we want to have a dent in that. We want to introduce people to Jesus Christ, women that are out there that have a spiritual thirst. They love their dogs. They're living their life. They may be high impact out there, but they're just spiritually hungry, and we want to be able to introduce them to Jesus because ultimately that's the most important thing in life. So I can't wait to hear from you. And so we'll give you some clear instructions. It'll come along with this video, and we're just excited. So again, thank you so much. Look forward to hearing from you soon.